everybody. Good to see everybody tonight. Welcome a good friend, Tom. There you go, Tom. How you doing?
What's up, Grumpus? How you doing tonight?
I'm running around like a chicken with my legs cut off,
Uh-oh, what happened?
just kind of flopping around. I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to do it tonight, so I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I mean, I was flipping around. Was it on? No, it wasn't on Facebook. It was on YouTube. Little thing in the bottom that I'm not going live tonight, Charlotte said,
I
because
guess I missed it.
I guess the guys went camping, so they just got home and
Oh, okay.
want to do a little family time, I guess. So.
Yeah, I left. I left a message on Instagram. Told her I'd lost track. I didn't know it was my night or not, or her night. But the one I don't do is Facebook, and if that's where it was at, I didn't see it.
It
But
was on,
regardless, we're here, right?
yeah, it was on YouTube, so it wasn't on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So how you been, bud?
Good, we had a crazy week. What's
Yeah,
the lighting look like?
lighting looks good.
What?
Looks good. You sound good. How'd I sound?
You sound really good, real good. All the time, you sound good.
I bumped this up a little bit,
You look marvelous.
but you say that to all the boys.
Yeah. And get off my lawn. So I'm back and forth with my doctor. My blood sugar's been out of control, just completely nuts. And I can't figure it out because I'm eating, I mean, fat, and, whatever I'm supposed to be eating, right? But it's steady creeping up. And it's been going on, this for a while.
Yeah.
So they put me on long-lasting insulin, and I thought it was bull crap to start with, okay? But in order to get to the next step, anyway, long story short, get ready, get ready to refill my prescription, and guess what? There's a shortage.
A shortage.
Marie said, "Boy, I tell you,"
You put them over the edge.
she said, "You should definitely, hey Al, what's up? You should definitely change your name to Murphy, Murphy's Law." But going back and forth with that, yeah, I guess Monday we'll get all straightened out and everything. But I came in here into the office, and I was trying like hell with the lights, and I had up here, down there, the whole bit, and I took everything off the wall. Okay, and I had a red tablecloth, a big one. I put that joker up, and guess what? I go to OBS to set the camera back up again and try to bring everything back in again. I lost OBS. And you just don't turn that on and off, as you well know.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got to wait, set back up again, the whole bit.
Yeah.
So then I try to set up the virtual camera. So I take the virtual camera, okay, and I set it for Riverside, and I named it Riverside. It wouldn't work.
Come on up, Al, if you want to.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It didn't work, the damn thing. So, and then I put everything up, and I stapled everything up first, just to see how it was going to look. I had to take all the pictures back off again. I mean, just
So did
I,
you have to reinstall OBS, or what happened to it?
I don't know. They said there was a system outage or something. But yeah, I had to go back in and reset everything. So I just put the minimal to it just to see what was going to happen with it.
Yeah, OBS isn't that hard once you wrap your head around it, but since you don't, it's one of them things you set it and forget it.
Yeah,
And when
yeah,
something goes out, I got to go back and retrace all my steps and figure out what did I do here. And people don't realize it's a process here.
yeah. And what I did was I didn't set it to. Hey, Digits, what's up? I didn't set it to. I set it just for the camera. Just not for the virtual camera.
Uh-huh.
But hey, Bat, what's going on? So it got up and it started working again, but I mean, it was just like, I would have left all the red up if OBS would have been all right to compress it. You know what I mean? So the background was a little bit shorter.
Uh-huh.
The background, okay? I guess zoomed in, whatever. Well, Marie says, "Uh oh," because she could hear, "You son of boy, oh
Well,
boy."
look, it looks good. Everything's nice and centered.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll hit something, knock it over, or whatever. But man, it's been hot, Grumpus.
It has. I was out today, man. It was, I think it was 97 on my deck. I'm sure it was hotter where you're at,
97. I would need a sweater.
but I think the humidity must be about 80, 85.
I think ours was 3.
Man.
So the other day I had to go to the dermatologist because of a medication and it was itching and
Yeah.
scratching. So she put me on this thing for a month, and then took the medication for 2 weeks. And it's all topical stuff, and then stop it for 2 weeks. So I get to the place, and I'm sitting there, and they call me in early in the morning too. This was like, I think it was 7:45 was the appointment. So I said to the girl, I says, "Boy, I says early, you know." She said, "Are you kidding?" She says, "We open at 5:30 in the morning."
Wow. Catching everybody going to work, huh?
I said, "Boy, there's a lot of itchy people out there." So so I'm sitting there, and then the doctor comes in. She a younger woman, and I think she said she was from Hawaii. But she says to me, "Mr. Garvey, you got to make sure that you put this stuff on when it starts to flare up again, or if it does flare up again." She said, "Because we live in the desert." And I said, "They say it's a dry heat." Well, long story, she went back to looking at the computer thing, and she picked her head up. Grumpus looked at me, and started crying, laughing, just bouncing, and like two idiots there we were laughing, a good couple minutes. She says, "You just made my day. You just made my day." Unbelievable. What's going on with you? Anything?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Been kind of slow at work. Not a whole lot going on around here. I was going to go out and do some yard work today. It was just too stinking hot.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I did manage to get I went out and cleaned the skimmer and cleaned the filter basket
Hmm.
or the pump basket. I cleaned my filters. What was it? Three weeks ago? Yeah, about 4 weekends ago. And this time I cleaned them both at the same time, which
Okay.
was a mistake.
Oh,
So, the water greened up and it's just now starting to clear up after about 4 weekends. Generally, I'll clean one and clean the other one maybe 2 weeks later. That way, you're not killing all your bacteria all at once.
okay.
So, I've been having to just patiently wait for nature to take its course, and things are starting to clear up. But I've been trying to stay on top of keeping the baskets clean and all that stuff. Help speed it along.
I guess with the algae and everything else like that.
Well, yeah. All the fresh water is nutrient rich for the suspended algae that turns your water green.
Mm-hmm.
So until all that algae starves itself out, it won't start clearing. So it's just the opposite of what you would think you'd want to do. The last thing you want to do is change the water
Yeah,
because it will
exactly.
starve itself out.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, see, everybody's getting hammered with rain and
We're 2 inches behind. I think we're 42 ahead. We've had one heck of a wet year this year.
oh, I think you got somebody in the basement.
Oh, look at here. Hey, Claudio, how you doing?
Hello, can you hear me good?
I
Yeah,
need you to turn your camera on.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
there he is.
I need to know it's really you.
Yeah, it is me.
How you doing?
Well, good. You're having high temperatures there. We're having a train of bad weather.
Well, yeah, I could actually slow cook chickens outside.
How have you been doing? How are your families? I hope
Yeah,
everyone okay.
yeah, we're doing good. Just
Yeah,
hanging in
we're
there.
doing good around here. Everybody's still
That's nice.
vertical.
Uh,
Yeah,
So
that
Tom,
that's much of the societies take it for granted being vertical. So
yeah,
that's
that's
the
right.
most
most
culture.
people I know.
So so Tom, so Tom Wednesday I went and took the wife out to eat. Now I don't
That's
know.
great.
Do you remember Babin's?
I don't.
Babin.
That don't ring
Babin's.
it.
It's a seafood place, kind of like Papa Do's.
All right, that was up further, wasn't it?
Well, they've got a few Babins around town. Anyway, that's where I took her, and it's kind of our place, but
Hmm.
we was going to go somewhere else, and I told her well, she wanted to go to Whiskey Cake, so we're on our way up there, and I said, we haven't been to Babin's in a while, and she said, oh, that'd be good, let's go there. So we went there, and they sat us down at a booth, and she says, "Isn't isn't this the booth where we had our first date?" And I said,
Wow.
I think it's the one behind me where we had
Wow.
our first date. That's where we met for the first time, ate, had a few drinks, left, everything like that. And I said, yeah, I believe it was the booth behind me. So we chit chatted around for, a little bit more. And then she said, now that back corner, that's where you asked me to marry you, right? And I said, yeah, that's the corner. That's when it all started. So she's reminiscing about all this stuff.
Uh oh.
And
Don't tell me she's pregnant.
and I'm setting her up. I'm setting her up big time. So we ordered our drinks. Drinks showed up. She she raises her glass. She says, Here's to the week being over." And we click glasses. I says, "Happy anniversary."
Oh,
She says, "Did we forget our anniversary?" I says, "No, you forgot it." She said, "It's today." I said, "No, it was last Friday." So not
But she
only did
remembers
we
the place.
forget it, all this walking down memory lane didn't even jog her memory.
wow. There you
He
go.
said, "How long has it been?" I says, 18 years of stinking bliss.
Well, when me
So
and
I set her up. It was perfect. You'd have been so proud of me.
I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. So me and Marie got married. I believe it was in. Why do I go this? What am I doing this for? Because I'm gonna screw
She
something
don't
up.
she don't watch my channel. It's okay.
The hell she don't. Let's see. We got married. It was '96, I believe it was, but we were supposed to get married in '93. And I
Okay.
told her one day, we're living together at home, and I said,
Mm.
I'm not ready yet. So just, she looked at me. She said, what are you talking about? Not yet. We will, but not right now. Okay. I got too much shit going on.
Yeah.
So we set it up. So we were supposed to try to be the romantic, try to get married on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Okay.
Okay. Which was at that time was on a Saturday. So I go to town hall. We get everything done. Now I was the chef over at this place called the Yankee Clipper down on the Jersey Shore, and that's where I was living. So I said, "Well, you know what?" I said, If I'm going to do this the right way, let me get it squared away. Let me go down to town hall." I went down to town hall, and I know a bunch of the guys here, and they said the mayor's going to be away, but we'll have, I guess, the next in the line do it. Okay, but we can't do it on Saturday. It has to be Friday. No problem. hey Marcel. So we turn around and we get everything set up. You know, I had my mother-in-law there, and my best friend was the best man and all that stuff. There's our lunacy in the bottom. So long story short, Grumpus, we go Friday. It is a monsoon, hurricane coming, nor'easter they were calling for. We turn around and go in there. I said, "We're here to get married to see the mayor." And this woman comes out. She says, "Hi." She says, "I'm standing in for the mayor." No, she said, "I'm the temporary mayor." Temporary mayor. I says, "I didn't know you did that." They said the mayor is away. Yeah, he got indicted yesterday. They locked him up. Now it's pouring rain, right? They say we say the vows, and then you now pronounce your man and wife. Okay. She shakes my hand. I said, "Well, this is not going good, not at all." So that was my story. So we were married on Friday the 13th. So unbelievable. Grumps, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
So that does that mean you're temporarily married?
Well, until the technically until the mayor gets out of federal indictment.
What's going on, Al?
Nothing much, just enjoying a few drinks tonight.
How you doing, buddy? All right?
Doing good, Tom. How about you?
Can't complain. Nobody will listen now. What's been going on, man?
Let me get rid of this chat.
Just hanging in there, hanging in there.
Any cooks?
No, it's just been too hot for me, man. Actually, I went out for dinner today and I bought barbecue instead of making it.
Yeah, it's hot when you go when you go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean it's hot. It's hot out here anyway. But for the past 2.5 weeks, we did have 1 or 2 days that was 100. But basically it's 111 to 115. So, I mean, you go outside. You can actually cook something outside, I'm telling you.
Well, my pit will get up around 110, 115 just without a fire in it.
Yeah. When you put a brisket in there and wait 2 or 3 days, you're good
Yeah,
to
low
go.
and slow for 4 days.
Start at Friday afternoon, you're ready to eat Monday.
I think you can do a cooking episode about did you remember my anniversary?
Yeah, there you go. The whole time I'm sitting there setting her up, I'm thinking, Tom be so proud of me.
I'm I'm glad to see I'm not the only one with that.
Oh no,
What's going to happen?
we
boy, I tell you.
we forget it more times than not. And I've got our wedding pictures on my phone. I have to look at the pictures and look at the metadata and the date to remember the date.
Hey, she did not remember the date, but she remembered the booth, the place.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Maybe she was playing you, Grumpus.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
You didn't see her face.
Hey, when I set it up for Thanksgiving model, for Valentine's Day, she says, "Oh, how sweet that is," and I'm saying in the back of my mind, that's so I can remember it.
Well, I think the only reason I remember Vicky's birthday is because it's the day after Valentine's Day.
Unbelievable. I don't know.
Thought I'd get away with 2 gifts, but it don't work that way.
No, they remember that. That's
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
screwed that week.
Unreal.
What you drinking, Al?
My same old ranch water.
Ranch water. That's getting pretty popular, hasn't it?
I think so. It's getting harder for me to buy. Every time I try to go to my local place that sells them. There's only 3 places down here that sells them, or in my hometown, and I get to it, and there's smaller and smaller inventory, and I kind of make friends with the clerk, and I say, "Who's buying them?" And they're like, "Well, they tell me the whole lowdown." There's there's this girl that comes in and this that. What days does she come in? And she comes in on so and so day. Okay, I'm gonna come one day before her. Yeah, they're really good with me, man.
I've seen more and more. I've seen more and more people drinking them.
Yeah, that's because whenever I have extra food left over, I'll take a plate to them, and I know they're working, those shifts, and they
Yeah.
only eat their food to eat like hot dogs or whatever
Yeah.
that convenience stores have, and so I'll take them a brisket sandwich, or I'll take them, some tacos or whatnot, and they're
Nice.
really appreciative. So lately, I've been doing this electric scooter thing, and it has a cargo in the middle, a cargo area in the middle, and I have an ice chest that I carry there, and they let me fill the ice chest up with beer. I'm sorry, with ice for free, and then I'll get my beer in there, and it's really cool. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of you don't
Well, I
need
mean,
in Texas. You don't need a license. You don't need a registration. You don't need a license plate, insurance to do an e-scooter. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't need none
I
of
thought
that.
they I thought they had to be registered.
They're changing that here for sure.
Hmm.
It's getting,
It's getting very, very popular. Very, very popular.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, you got these young kids out here, like two of them on one, okay, and they're on the highway. They're driving on the highway, and
On
right
the
in with traffic.
highway.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the whole thing is there those exclusions for not getting a registration and license and whatnot is if they don't hit a certain speed, 25 miles an hour, then you could get away with that. But they're making these scooters faster than that.
I watched the guy the other day. He's out here's a content creator, and somebody sent him one. This thing does almost 80 miles an hour.
I'd be putting a chainsaw motor on mine.
Yeah. He's
So they're quiet, and I just started doing check this out, Tom. This guy started doing e-scooter reviews just a couple of months back. He went from 100 subscribers to 600 within a few weeks, and he's continuing to grow because he's reviewing e-bikes and scooters. And I was always offered these things, but I never took the bite because I never bid on it because it doesn't relate to barbecue. And then my wife would always see me looking at them, and she ended up getting me one for Father's Day. It
nice.
was so much fun that I ended up buying another one for myself, and then I started doing little clips on it, and now I'm getting offers. So I'm gonna
There
on
you go.
my other channel, I'm gonna start doing it. But there's a lot to learn, just like with barbecue. There's a lot to learn with e-scooters and what I tell you what though, with some of the power that's on these e-scooters, because they're very quiet and some of these are very torquey. If you fall off one, you're gonna be hurting.
This
You're gonna be hurting.
Al,
Road rash is real.
this guy's a little heavy set, and actually he does a lot of stuff on Fremont Street. So he's got a designated spot, and he'll show the people, and all the other stuff goes on like that. And he actually got this. Like I said, he's a pretty big dude, and that's how me and him became friends on there because keto. So the keto channel. So he's doing this e-bike thing, and he's got the camera on his helmet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and he's going to town. And he's saying, "Boy, this thing is quick," and blah blah blah. He says, "This works really good. I'm going home," and then he sent him out a scooter. Okay, so this this guy looked like the fat kid in kindergarten. Okay, with the helmet on, the short pants, the white socks, the whole bit. And he gets on this scooter. And the scooter's doing 30, 40 miles an hour. So here's this big dude on the scooter, and he hits a manhole cover. Okay, but the manhole cover was up because must
Yeah.
have did the pro grid around it, and he hit that thing, and all you seen was him boom, boom,
I'll
tumbling
bet.
with his helmet. Oh, don't you know they sent him out another one? It
Mm-mm.
cracked me up. I said, "Well, you go, crazy man." Yeah,
You
but
know,
it's
Well, Al, have you seen Charlotte's video on her trike? She's
no,
got an electric tricycle. She got that dude up to 30 mph on a video one night.
really?
Like, that scared the crap out of me, and I was just watching it.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. I want to get my special needs son a trike, and I've been looking at those. But I tell you what, um, yeah, it's real popular. People that are starting channels, they're growing quick doing that topic. But it's a lot to learn, like I said,
Well,
and
yeah, because them wheels are so small they'll hang up on a marble.
the latest one I got, man, it just rides like a Cadillac, man. It has really good suspension. It's real torquey. It looks like a small little dirt bike, and
think
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
what's the charge time on them?
About 5 hours, and they'll do anywhere from, depending on what speed you're doing, they'll do anywhere from as little as 15 miles to 30, 35 miles. But I'll tell you what, go ahead.
Go ahead, Claudio.
I wanted to ask because I was hearing you describing the system. Do you think they're going to sell or rent those same things, but like AI robots? Like, okay, I'm gonna deliver this.
Oh, it's a possibility. People are using them for Uber, so there's a lot of people doing content creation where they'll review a scooter or an e-bike, doing deliveries as Uber drivers or favor, and they rate them that way as how efficiently they work for that type of deal, and they're making money because at the price of gas right now. But I don't know if it's ever going to be unmanned that they can do that just like a drone. Um,
They're all over out here,
Now
buddy.
they rent them in
Well,
downtown Houston.
but you gotta, you know,
in China, they have these drones in public squares, and you can ask for the food, and from the delivery place, the restaurant, they throw a drone, and the drone lands on this public square, and you can pick your food.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want something with spinning knives coming in at me with a hamburger or not.
Well, there's a what do you call it? Prime distribution, Amazon,
Uh-huh.
maybe 3 miles from my house. Okay, and if somebody gets really rambunctious where I live here about a delivery, they'll drone it, and if it's small enough, they'll drone that joker right in here. And Al, you know what the funny part about it is? You go down on Las Vegas Boulevard, all right? They got these autonomous vehicles. You can fit 6 people in these things. Okay, no driver, and it looks like a small subway car with seats. Basically, what it is. You want to you want to go down Las Vegas Boulevard and have one of them pass you, and all the people are like this. Look at what's going on. But
I
they
don't
go
think I'm ready for that.
speaking about delivery though, and if chime in if you guys have if this has happened to you. I know that Walmart is being real competitive with Amazon Prime right now. And, last night I was laying down and I thought about, I got a brisket in my freezer. I said I got to make it. I got to make it because I've had it there for about a couple of weeks. And I thought, well, how could I save it? Vacuum seal maybe 4 or 5 slices at a time, and still keep it moist. So I've seen several people, Smoky Trails for one of them. They're putting ghee inside like the vacuum seal pack. So when you reheat it, it's the clarified butter kind of keeps it moist and whatnot. So I said, let me see because clarified butter obviously is a little much more pricier than regular butter, right? So
make it run.
yeah, so I started looking, and I found this eBay listing that had them for about $4 a jar. So I said, let me order a couple. So I ordered them, not knowing that eBay was connected to Walmart. Well, I ordered it last night, and in the morning it was at my door.
Wow,
Yeah.
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 That fast. I mean, they're faster than Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
My mom is in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm here in Houston. She called me and was having a problem with her remote for her TV. She had a LG TV with the remote's kind of like a little wheel push button type thing. Well, the push button fell inside the remote. So while I had her on the phone, I got online with Amazon and ordered her a remote, and she had it in 2.5 hours. It was at her door.
Yeah.
For
Two and a
real?
half hours.
Usually, if they have now, see, they're, Amazon owns Whole Foods. I have a Whole Foods store that is 2 miles from my house. Okay, so if I'm cooking or I'm doing something, I'm getting ready to do something. I forgot this. And rather than me getting a car, I'll go on Amazon. I'll order it, and within an hour, it's at my house.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
getting really fast. I order a lot of stuff and get it the next morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I want to circle back to Al. What kind of vacuum sealer you have, Al?
Um, I was using a Vivor one that they had sent me maybe a couple of years ago, and it was working fine.
Is that a chamber vac?
No, now I have a chamber vac.
Yeah, chamber vac's the way to go. It won't suck the moisture out of the bag.
Yeah, so I got a WeVac. It's called the CV12 Pro. It is friggin' awesome.
I can never go back to a food saver.
Yeah. So it's the best one I've ever owned, and they sent it out to me, and I did a video for them, and they sent me like 2 boxes, and each box has 2 different sizes of bags that you
Yeah.
can, cut. So I'm set for a while.
And the bags are pennies compared to the food saver bags.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So I'm so glad that they sent it to me. It's a really high quality one. It's a commercial type vacuum sealer or chamber vac,
Uh-huh.
And it works very, very well. I'm real happy.
I use mine almost daily.
And it has a automatic feature where the tray that you have in there, it's a removable tray. It automatically weighs whatever you're vacuuming, and
Oh, that's nice.
and it sets the vacuum time and the seal time
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
by weight. So it's really, really
'Cause
nice.
I usually seal mine up and then weigh it and then mark it on the package.
It'll
But I
do it for you.
I use mine almost every day. I mean, if we cut open a block of cheese and have a little cheese out of it, I just throw that thing in one of them small bags, suck it right up. I mean, that stuff will last for weeks and weeks and weeks without molding.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Claudio.
I wanted to ask Al and all of you a question because it's the first time I see Al. And I assume that Al is the first time that see my face. I'm from
He's another
Chile.
Texan. He's another Texan here.
How you doing, Claudio? Good to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. And I assume that you are in the cooking business or cooking content creation business.
Correct.
So I have a question because here in Chile, it's not that popular and commercial business per se, but we have cooking people that make cooking creation content for YouTube channels and different platforms, and they cook with another value agent that is, for example, that's my question is pointing to. We have here in Chile many beans. We import beans from Peru, and for example, quinoa from Peru and Bolivia, and these are very valuable ingredients for cooking. So these cooking creators here, they are very emphatic that I'm using the beans of Mrs. Maria in the south of Chile. So I bought her beans and I'm cooking this dish with her beans, not an industrial beans, but organic from this family farm. So we have here this collective people who are engaging by food, seeds, even meat or different ingredients to local farmers instead of industrial farmers. So my question is, do you have collective organizations there that promote to buy or to communicate and promote family farmers products?
Uh, as far as like content creators creating, I mean, connecting with local.
Yeah, before content creation, do you have collective associations of
So
family farmers?
we have a supermarket named HEB, and so the freedom they give HEB meat market managers is the freedom to actually buy from local producers. Um, and so, aside from going to national chains and buying meat from national meat providers, they can also go locally. And I know that's a big
Okay.
plus for HEB. That's how they support the local community.
Do you need a legal tool to buy
Some states you do. Some
that?
states you do.
That was my question.
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
my
I
question.
back in the restaurant, I would have to, if I ran, I couldn't buy none of my beef, couldn't buy any full cuts of meat from a local butcher. I had to go directly through a licensed purveyor. Let's put it that way.
You had to
Okay.
have an FDA stamp, right?
That and I had to they had to give you had to keep the bill. Seafood, the restaurant we had, seafood was the worst because you had clams and all shellfish and stuff. I had to keep stamps when they were caught, the whole bit, just in case anybody got sick from it. I'd have to keep that for 90 days. So after,
Yeah, for sanitary reasons.
yeah, we had a high volume place. I would do 200 pounds of lobster a night, every night, 7 nights a week. That was the main thing there. And I would every time I got a delivery, I had to make sure I had the bookkeeping was like ridiculous after a while. So yeah, but like in HEB, that's the way it should be throughout the country. You
Yeah.
could buy local beef, local products from your area. But that,
But it also, I think I mentioned this. I'm not too sure on if it was on Grumpus's live or mine, but this is a relationship that I have with the local butcher or the meat manager at my HEBs. And a part of that, being a content creator, I've seen like the different quality of meats depending on the company that's providing you the meat, right? And one of my favorites is Snake River Farms.
Right.
It's pretty pricey, but I've always had really good turnout or cooks using that type of meat. But I've seen HEB, like some of the meat managers, they'll take it out of the
hey, hey D,
they'll take it out of the meat package that says Snake River Farms and put it on their own package. And I'm saying that's a mistake because if I see an HEB package uh, and I see a Snake River Farm package, I'm going to buy the Snake River Farm package. So
Right.
keep it in its Snake River Farm package. Just put your price tag on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
How? Let me ask you, how much is the difference of prices between the national or the local?
Oh, there's a big because Snake River Farms only buys out of certain providers,
Yeah,
and
you're paying for that name.
yeah, it's very high quality. There's other online meat providers like Wild Fork, which is it's a okay quality, but it's not as high as Snake River Farms.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I see a Wild Fork and a Snake River Farms brisket, I'm gonna pick a Snake River Farms brisket. It's just I've just had so much better results with that type of meat.
the difference of price is too is very high
Yeah,
difference.
it is very high. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah. The local stuff seems to be high because now you have one or two big beef packers. Okay, JBS. Okay, they are the biggest ones. And you look at their uh, game they have behind them. There is a ton. Hormel, XL, and all these different meat packers. They're under their umbrella. Okay.
Yeah, but JBS is a distributor, correct?
No, they own packers. They own. That's what cut out all the ranchers. Okay.
Yeah, but they have their own distribution. In other words, they're distributing different brands under their umbrella.
Yeah, but they own them. They actually Hormel,
Yeah, they own
all the
all of
rest of
it.
them. They own all of it. And the worst thing about that is because now they control the prices, and that's
They own the license or the patent.
No,
yeah. I mean the name
all
that
those companies are subsidiaries to them.
yeah.
In other words, they're the
Okay.
parent company.
They,
Okay.
they,
Okay.
they became the buyer. They became the buyers of all these different meat packers. That's why a lot of ranchers are. I can't remember the name of it, but Grumps, I told you about it. Did you ever watch that one about the guy? I believe it was in Oklahoma, who had a feedlot, huge feedlot, and he would do anywhere from 20 to 30,000 head of cattle. Okay, buffed them up. Okay, now he's down to less than 1,000 because
So, so
I
before
think we talked about that before. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we did, Grumpus, and I know this is not really related, but in the terms of how business works, it is related. And let me just before I forget, because I'll drink and I'll forget to mention this. But
Say it isn't so.
at one time, craft beer was very popular all throughout the United States, and especially here in Texas. Craft beer meaning these own breweries were making their own craft beer, correct?
Right. They're everywhere.
And as they got more and more popular, people like Budweiser and the bigger breweries didn't like that they were taking away businesses, so they got their lobby people uh, with you know the Texas lawmakers and whatnot, and they made it into law that if you're distributing or producing certain amount of barrels of beer, you can't you can't distribute your own beer unless you have a different type of license and whatnot. So it kind of forces them. They're not able to grow. You understand? They're
Right.
not able to grow.
It forced them stay little.
Yeah, and it forces them to hire the bigger breweries to distribute for them, or get forced to be bought out. So I don't know if you've kept up with the beer industry here in the United States, but craft beer does not exist no more. It is plunged because of lawmakers like that. The same thing applies to meat distribution, and the same thing applies to ranchers and farmers that trying to make it bigger. Those same they have the same lobbyists. If you look, and I think I mentioned this before, if you look at the people that were behind that, the president of Tyson Company that got sued for price gouging and all that. He is currently the head of agriculture right now. This current
Exactly.
administration.
Exactly, and it just like with the farmers, okay. So that's why they got bought out, because for you to start a ranch right now, okay, to get going with a ranch, they'll cut the nuts right out of you because they're the ones that want to make the money. Al, in our restaurant, we had 10 acres of land where the restaurant sat, okay, and what we had back then was called a broad sea liquor license. That means in New Jersey, in that area right there, Broad Sea, in the state, I could sell alcohol anywhere on that property. Okay, that was grandfathered in when they changed all the laws, especially the drinking age. All right, so I could take a barrel of beer, take it out by the corner, and sell beer on right there. Nobody else had that liquor license. All right. So just up until maybe 4 years ago, when they took the The town actually bought the property from my sister-in-law, and they wanted that license so bad because you know why? We had offers from supermarkets. We had offers to build mall in there, okay, and other bigger conglomerates on that 10-acre property to use that liquor license because once you purchased it, that liquor license went back to whoever bought it, so it was passed on. They didn't want that. The town did not want that. So the town bought the property. I was already out of I was already out of it. But that point of view, my sister-in-law says, "What do you think?" She called me and she says, "What do you think we should do about that?" I said, "Just get rid of it. Sell it. What the hell? It's over."
You can cash in.
Yeah, exactly. Take the money and run. But that's even you're 100% right because Budweiser, all these big breweries, they don't want a little startup. Okay, just like butcher shops out here where I live right now in Vegas, few and far between to find a butcher shop. All right, and now it's real hard. Even in some of the stores that I go to this Smart and Final, and it's more or less like a half-assed restaurant supply, where it's open to the public. All right, I can't find chuck roast anymore. I buy the whole chuck roll, cut it up myself. Can't find that no more. Briskets almost $120 to buy a full pack of brisket and stuff like that. So they got you. And
Did you have something to say, Claudia?
Turn your mic on.
Claudia? No, 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 no.
Oh,
no.
now
I was going to say, what the hell does this mean?
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
I mean,
sign
I'll try, but
the beer is making effect. No, I have this last question because it calls my attention what you're saying about the regulations they imposed. So, for example,
care, Terry.
Here in Chile, agro industry is the industry that has more than 12 hectares. Hectares?
Acres.
Acres. Okay. More than 12 acres is agro industry. Less than 12 acres are family farmers, you know. But in 2017, Monsanto was here. And there's this in between normative law that if family.
Oh, we lost them.
No connection. He's in Chile.
Yeah.
He say it's cold down there, Chile.
Wow.
Boom, tsh.
I did not realize frostbite
and-
was Terry.
We lost you. Lost the
everything-
connection.
Say it again.
Yeah.
We lost you.
I lost the connection when I said Monsanto.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
They're listening.
And,
Okay.
and definitely don't say ConAgra either.
Well, my question was which amount of land do you need to have to be classified as agro industry or agriculture farmer? There's
Don't know.
a limit.
It varies from state to state, and I'm sure, like I said, every state has a different law, and also, like, it depends. I mean, here in Texas, beef is very big, so
Yeah,
I'm
finish-
sure. I'm sure
to finish
whatever
my-
amount of land you have, there's a dollar sign attached to it that'll make you legal.
To finish the idea, here in Chile, more than 12 acres, you are agro industry. Less than 12 acres, you're family farm. But if your family farm less than 12 acres, if you use Monsanto seeds, you can buy and subscribe patents like your agro industry.
Yeah.
I think it's got.
So
I think
you
it's got
have-
more to do with zones here in Texas.
Okay,
When I
well,
look-
here is different, of course. But
Yeah.
my
When-
question was which one which was the limit for agro industry and family farms?
So when I lived in North Carolina, a couple miles down the road from me was a turkey farmer. Okay, and he had, I'd say, I think there was five turkey buildings. Okay, and he would bring these turkeys in, and I think it was Tyson that he was hooked up with. Okay, and they would bring these turkeys in. They were small, little small ones, and they would pack them in there. And I believe the account was like 40,000 per building. So it was five buildings. Okay, take care of that. Anyway, they would take them to the certain level. Okay, and then they would pull them out, clean everything back up again, and put them back in again. Down the road from me on the other side of me was a pig farmer. Same thing. And you're cracking my signal. And the same concept with the pigs. Okay, so all of a sudden they come in. The next contract that this guy got with Tyson Foods, all right, was he had no say in it. All he did was kept them turkeys on his own property. Okay, for him to turn it around. So each turnaround, all right, he made. So they would do it twice a year. So each turnaround, I think he made like $80,000, provided the yield was good. Because he had one guy that I knew. This guy walked in. He had hip boots on, and he'd walk through these buildings, all five buildings, and they would pick up these turkeys that were dead. Okay, take the turkeys out, and they had a burn pit, and then firing up. I said, it smells like Thanksgiving,
I'll
24/7.
bet.
All right. Same thing with the pig farmer. That happened with the pig farmer. This guy I personally knew, and he turned around and he says, Tom, I'm selling everything. I'm getting out. He said, I just can't keep up with what they want done. He said, it's breaking my heart. He said, it was my dad's business. He said, and we did well. But guess what? I'm not abiding to their stuff anymore. So they actually took over their land. Okay, and they would get up in the morning, go walk the turkey fields, come back, make sure the feed was working right, the augers and everything was right, the water was there. That was it. What a sin. I mean, just a
Yeah,
shame
that's
how.
a shame.
Yeah, unbelievable. The pig. I tell you what, the guy he used to call me up. He'd smell my grills going, and he'd say, "Hey Tom, I got a nice ham for you." He said, I also got one for me. How about cooking it? Bring them suckers over here.
Oh
Come on.
yeah, absolutely.
Let's rock and roll.
I've told all my neighbors, man, you wake up on a Saturday or Sunday morning to see smoke rolling, just bring your groceries down. I'm gonna be by the pit all day anyway.
Yep, yep. But and it was
In
it was
fact,
a
I've had them call me. My neighbor used to call me. She said, "Do I smell smoke?" I said, "I don't know. Do you?" She says, "I'm going to HEB. I'll be right back."
and then there was a processing plant. What the hell's the name of that? One of the bigger pork distributors and this and that. They actually had a processing plant right there. And
Oh,
here
about
was this
Smithville.
Smithfield, right in Clinton, North Carolina. And here's the funny part about this: you would watch them bring them pigs in, okay, and then you would see containers, okay, because I wasn't that far from Wilmington. You would see container trailers there with freezer cars. They'd fill them things up, send them over to China to process the pork, and then bring it back here. Amazing. Just simply amazing. Unbelievable. Speaking of pork, we're just cooking tomorrow.
Who you talk to?
All of you. Everybody.
I bought the prettiest portobello mushrooms the other day, and I think I'm going to fix up some kind of a stuffing and do those tomorrow as a treat.
Nice.
I was able to stumble upon I don't know if it was a sale or what, but HEB had ribeyes for $11 a pound, and they had wings for $2 a pound, and I jumped all over that. I got my chamber vac working overtime. I bought several packs of those, and I individually vacuum sealed a steak because sometimes you don't want too many steaks. So one steak at a time is cool for me. You know, I can
Right.
divide a steak with my wife, and they were pretty big and thick steaks. So I did I think 8 steaks of ribeyes that I vacuum sealed individually, and I did about I want to say about 12 pounds of wings, and I did them in tens.
I've been lately. Can't find wings out here, and if you do, they're expensive. So I've been buying a boatload of thighs, and then when I cook them, I cut them up, make them look like wings,
Right.
and I cook them up. Oh man, I tell you what, can't go wrong with it.
I'm gonna do some Salisbury steak probably Monday. And what I'll do is I'll make enough for maybe 3 meals and chamber back those, a couple patties to a package with the gravy in them.
Yeah.
And also I'll do mashed potatoes, and I'll vacuum seal those, and roll them out real flat so they sit in the freezer real easy. And these nights I come home and I don't feel like cooking, you just warm that stuff up. It's as good as the day you put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. Just
And it's
cannot
easy.
go
It's
wrong.
easy when you're making, because I'll make 2 patties for the 2 of us. It's just as easy to make 6 or 8 while I got the stove running and the pan out.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot since I've gotten that chamber vac. I seal up a lot of meals.
What kind of chamber vac do you have, Grumpus?
I've got an Avid Armor. It's a smaller one because it fits on my counter.
Oh, okay.
I've got overhead cabinets, and I can just pull this forward about 3 or 4 inches, and I got room to open the top. They've got a bigger model, but it sticks out kind of far in the front.
Right.
I don't have the counter real estate to commit to that one. But this other one, I've had it several years now. I mean, like I said, I use it almost daily.
Yeah.
About a week or maybe 2 weeks, but I tell you what, just getting old crap. Days are running together, and
I have no idea what you're talking about.
who are you guys? Who the hell are you guys? So I go to this one store, and there was Boston Butts, 2 in a pack, and I bought 2 of them because they were half price.
Yeah.
So I guess it was about 14 pounds in each pack, 2 in there. So I got them. So altogether, I got them for I think it was close to $30. And I cut them up. One I left whole because it's just me and my wife.
Yeah.
And for me to make a whole pulled pork thing and then put it away, So what I do is I cut them up, make pork steaks out of them, and then up close to the bone, I leave that alone, and that'll put my smoker or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I tell you what, lately I've been pulling at them pork steaks. Boy, I tell you what, they're fantastic.
I
really
told
good.
you I bought that rib roast a week or
Oh,
so
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I got 12 meals out of that.
Yeah.
I cut off two bone prime ribs, one off each end, and then I cut the ribs out of it and left a little meat on the ribs so I can grill those, and staked everything else.
Yeah.
And I usually cut them. I used to cut them about an inch, but the wife, she'd waste too much. Pull out 2 steaks. So I started cutting them about 1.25 inches, 1.5 now, and then we'll split one of those.
Right.
So there's
That's
a
what
lot
I do.
less waste that way.
So Al, a couple weeks ago you were on here with us, all right, and you were telling me about your type 2 diabetes, okay, and your Manjaro and stuff like that. I didn't want to say nothing because I was on it. I've been working it since then, all right. Here's the other thing. Since I've been doing it, I got my blood sugar I mean, it's back. I'm back to normal again with it, the whole 9 yards. But here's the kicker. I mean, even making a video cooking, I'm not hungry. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. When I pull out a big steak, my wife says,
Yeah.
"Why is there only one?" I said, "I can't eat a whole one
Yeah.
anymore. I just can't do it." You know. So she says, "Oh, all right." So she's looking at me like when I'm cutting them. So I'll slice it up. I say, "I'm just going to take a little bit. Will you just
She's
relax?"
thinking, what are you going to eat?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing that falls into place right now is because half the time
What's the dose you're taking right now?
5. I won't let them go anymore. For now, I want to make sure that
You
every
you were started at 2.5.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You adapt to it eventually. Like I didn't feel the 2.5 working. Then I went to the 5, or I mean, it worked, but not as effectively as it was before. Um, but I'm at 5 right now, and actually, what I've been taking lately that's been helping me more is I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly. It's a supplement called Sholine.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so if you look it up, it's spelled Choline, uh, and I take that along with milk
Yep.
thistle. Um, so it's for the liver,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Look
and
look at this stuff, Al. Okay. See what it says on there, liver.
yeah,
This what this stuff here is a helps your bile. Okay, in your gallbladder and also in your for your pancreas. Also helps with the liver because they didn't know what was wrong with me.
yeah.
Either the insulin was too high or too low. Either my sugar was too high or too low. So they actually started me. I told Grumpus before. They actually started me on insulin, regular insulin, because my blood sugars were tapping 400. Okay,
Wow.
I'm eating keto. I'm eating clean. I'm doing everything. What the hell's going on? All right. Well, turns out I even went carnivore for a while. What turns out was that I'm 71. Okay, so my pancreas is slowing down. I totally abused my liver, you
Yeah.
know, the whole bit. So they started me on with the insulin, and then just the other day they to go get a refill. There's a shortage of insulin, but I've
Mhm.
been taking the Manjaro, and Manjaro really kicked ass. I mean, it really helped me out a lot. So that's where I'm at. I mean, my blood sugar right now, as we speaking right now, is 140 rather than 340.
Yeah.
You know, so but this Tutka I've been taking for a while. This actually helps you.
So yeah, that's what I was getting to. That Sholine, it's helped my, I guess, detox my liver. I don't eat sweets at all. I don't really crave sweets or anything, but I do eat a lot of fatty stuff.
Yeah.
I like bacon. I like steak. I mean,
There
I'll
we
eat
go.
a ribeye. I'll take out the fatty stuff from it, but before I throw away the fat stuff, I'll take a little taste of the fat and then I'll give it to it. 'Cause it's just hard not
Kind of
to.
smell it, you lick it, you kind of rub it a little bit.
Also check out that stuff.
Oh
Also,
yeah, definitely. I take that.
yeah.
So my problem is a fatty liver.
Hmm.
So I detox it with the milk thistle and that shoreline, and it's really done. Re- I mean, I only take half the dose that I was given as far as my. I take Janument for my diabetes,
Okay.
and
This,
and I'm taking half of that dose, and
but
I'm gonna check half of what I was taking ever since I've taken that. I'm at right here, 113.
there you go.
Nice.
Nice. See, and this stuff right here also has milk thistle in it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is really good. I mean,
Oh, definitely. Milk thistle. I've been taking it for a long time now, and primarily because of this, because of drinking.
Yeah.
So, you gotta counter every bad habit you got somehow, whether you walk or whatever, and that's my one of my vices, and that's why I started taking milk thistle, and I tell you what, man, I go to the doctor and he says, man, we all lie to the doctor, do you drink? Oh, occasionally.
If I have to.
I drink every fucking day. Oh, so I drink every day, man.
My doctor said, "Do you drink?" I said, "Let me put it to you this way, there, slapstick." I said, "If you even thought about, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. You would think it was a farce." Okay, coming from the bar and restaurant business, okay, we would drink Chevron's Regal every night. Me and my brother would probably polish off a quart a night, every night, every night, for many, many years. I stopped drinking for 10, when I was in North Carolina. I stopped drinking for almost 10 years. And I was like mortified when we went out to eat. And I says, you know what, give me a Johnny Walker Black on the rocks, please. The girl come back, she says, that's $12. And
I don't
what,
want the whole bottle.
yeah, what country are you talking about? $12. But that's how much it went up. You know what I mean? But from not drinking. There again, I mean, when you sit with the doctor and you're there 10 minutes and he's going to tell you, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. Then when he put me on insulin, now I went to get my refill, okay? It's back ordered, so I'm not going to be able to get it till the second week in August. I said to the doctor, all right, now what do I do? What do we do now?
Yeah. Well, did he
Okay.
say why there's a shortage?
No, he just they didn't
I mean,
know.
I don't watch a lot of news, but I don't know of any national disasters that might have, depleted the
I
supply.
never heard of it. And I got a message from the doctor today, okay, stating that there's another long lasting insulin they can give me, okay, because what's in Manjaro and stuff is not insulin whatsoever. It just slows everything down. But I still need that cushion to have my pancreas catch back up again. All right.
Yeah.
So they send it to me today, and I had a call, doing all the legwork, had to call the drugstore. Do you carry this stuff? Well, if they send the prescription today, we'll have it for you for Monday. Okay. I called back the doctor's office, answering service, and actually nobody there on Saturday. You know, they had the nerve to tell me, well, there's nobody here right now. I said, I understand it's Saturday, but there's nobody that's on call that can write a prescription. I said, am I talking to the veterinarian or am I talking to, who am I talking to here? That's the jargon you got to go through, but that's today's
Yeah.
medicine. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I've been feeling great. It's been working good. The weight, I don't care about the weight. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But I feel really good, really, really good. So.
Well, I've been trying to eat more meat and protein, but man, them carbs are hard to pass up.
Yeah, I mean, carb addicted. That's what basically everybody is, no matter who you are. I did last week. I had a guy that does a carnivore channel. All right. Matter of fact, he's from Japan, and he brings all these different people on. So he brought me. I was on once before. Now he brought me back. All right. So we got talking. I said, I'm just going to let you know ahead of time before we start this live that I have changes coming in, that I've made, and I didn't want to say anything right away because I wanted to make sure everything was going to work. I don't want to jump on a bandwagon before I know that I'm going to see results from. Yeah, no problem. So we get halfway through the podcast, all right, and he's recording this. And then I said about the Manjaro, that I'm on a GLP-1. Grumpus, when I said that, this guy's eyes opened up like this. You can't. He was like, so we get to the end of it. I said, so carnivore, keto, everything else like that. If your body is breaking down, it's breaking down. Okay, you hit that certain age, and things are just going wrong. They want you to act or blood pressure like you're 21 years old. But at 71, it's not going to friggin' happen. I don't care who you are. So eating clean, getting rid of the carbs and the sugar and stuff like that, you're helping yourself. I said, but now I need the extra help. I said, they hit me with the Monjaro and insulin. Well, like I said, he was like rattling. So when we cut it off, he says, "Whew, I don't know how I'm going to frame that." I said, I kind of figured you were going to have a hard time framing it. You don't have to put it up if you don't want to, okay? I said, but
Some
that's my
fancy editing.
yeah. I said, that's my story, all right? And that's the way it's going to be. I don't give a damn who you are, okay, with your carnivore stuff and all that other crap, okay? I'm worried about my health, and that's what I talk about, the whole bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have a hard time passing up sugar. I've never craved sweets.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, salt and carbs is my nemesis.
There ain't nothing better having a nice ribeye steak, finish it with nice some salt, pat of butter. Good night.
I will mow you down if I see a bag of potato chips behind you.
I come in like that. What's that movie? Whew, now this is a knife.
Yeah.
You start to cut it up. But, yeah, I mean,
I tell you what, though, Tom, the hottest thing right now, though, is that Manjaro, man. On the
mhm.
GLP ones, it's the one to have.
Yeah, and it's doing the most good for me. That what is it? What do they
Let,
call it? A
let,
trizipatide?
let me ask you. So, is your insurance doing a good job of covering it?
Right now, it is. Yeah, I've been getting it for I think it's like $40.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for a 3 month supply.
No, that's just for one.
Okay. So what you can do is, my insurance, I think was covering it $25 per month, and then they said that we're not going to cover month per month no more. You need to get 3 month supply. So I went, and it went up to 300 for 3 month supply. But if you do the coupon code through Lilly, the uh, the
Manufacturer. Huh?
manufacturer, you'll get 3 months for $25. So if it whatever your insurance don't cover, they'll cover, and then it'll end up coming out $25.
Nice, nice,
So,
nice.
so anybody can do it. So I mean, if you sign up for it on the website, they'll give you the RX and the bin code, and then just give it to your pharmacy, and you'll get it for $25.
This doctor, this is the first time I've ever had a doctor's. Because I mean, I would go in and argue. At one point, they wanted me to bring my wife in for her appointment at the same time as mine. Because I would argue with these guys. I said, well, you are nothing but a bunch of pill pushers. I said, you're trying to fix something that I eat. You're trying to fix the afterthought. After I eat a baked potato, my insulin or my blood sugar goes up through the roof. Now you want to put me on another medication to fix that, rather than working with me about what we're eating. I said, so it's a money game. So, but this guy was the first one, a young guy too, first one to sit down and talk to me about what I'm doing as far as the keto life. I even give him my card here. Watch a couple of my videos. But he actually talked, and we were like 35, 40 minutes sitting there talking about the whole thing, because I had a lot of questions about going on a GLP-1. Now, I was on Trulicity many years ago when it first came out, and it actually put me in a bad spot.
Yeah,
Be,
everybody responds though differently to different GLP ones though.
yeah,
Felicity was one of the first,
yeah,
so there was a lot of things that were unknown about that.
yeah,
I'll tell you what though, you mentioning that about different types of doctors, it's like with anything or any profession, and you see it with butchers, people that are butchers that just have to be butchers to support their family, and they don't really care about the job. Well, they're not going to know how to explain a cut or whatnot. Same thing with a doctor. They're just getting by. Oh, you got this problem? Then I'll prescribe this, and I get. They don't want to. They don't want to go to the root of the problem. But there's still people out there that love their job, and they're going to try to do the best thing for you. But it's like with any profession.
yeah.
A job's a job, and you're just going to try to get by, or a job's your favorite thing. I always tell my people, different people that I interact with, and I hate to say this, but there's a
Let her
lot.
rip. It's late.
There's a lot of people that love their jobs, right? Unfortunately, I didn't love my job.
Hey, hey.
I like mine. I'm still working.
Okay. Uh, I did my job because I had to do it. There was positions that I got in my job that I really liked, but that was long after the fact that I had to work 15 years doing the hard labor before I got to that position. You understand?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
And and so a lot of people say they love their job, and that's fine, and that's great, you know. But not all of us, you know, the old school in me just stuck with it because I needed to support my family. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right, right,
yeah.
And, you
absolutely.
know, the new generations like, oh, the hell with this job. I'll just jump to. They'll have jobs after jobs after
Oh
jobs.
yeah, they'll
Yeah,
jump ship for a quarter.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
let me grab a beer.
yeah,
Somebody asked me the other day why I didn't go ahead and retire, and I said, I said, I worked a lifetime to get this job. Why,
yeah,
why would I give it up now?
yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're not digging a ditch or anything, great. Well,
I,
I
I ride
Grumpus,
a chair and I point, bark once in a while if I have to, and that's it.
I had an offer to go back to work. Okay,
Yeah,
overseeing the restaurant in this one casino. Shirt and tie. Okay, mingle with the people, check out what's going on in there. Blah blah blah. The whole bit.
you should
Okay.
have jumped on it, man. You're a people person.
Yeah, I'm a people person, but my feet are not a walking person no more.
I hear you.
Marie says to me, "Sit down. What are you talking about?" She says, "You'll be singing at the bar, playing the drums again, or at the crap table." Yeah, I mean,
Tom, I've known too many people that have retired, and within 24 months they were burying them.
yeah, yeah,
It's like I don't know if they just lose the will. I don't know if they just feel like they're not important anymore. I'm not sure what that psychological part of it is, but I don't dread waking up in the morning and going to work.
they have. See, same with me right here. Now, I'm I want to stay green side up, so that's why I look to take care of myself.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Keep active. Keep your mind busy. Is the way I think.
Yeah. So rather than being pig-headed about going on to this GLP-1 and stuff, and that's why I wanted to say when Al was showing me the last time he was up here that yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing the same thing, and I was seeing results. But
Yeah,
I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. I want to make sure everything's working, working the right
right.
way. So, but even like the thought about going back to work, I'm sure I would be able to get myself back into it again, the whole bit. But times have changed. My way of doing things have changed. You know what I mean? As far as what they're doing, you know.
Well,
And,
you just got to find something you like
yeah,
to do, and the paycheck is just something that shows up
yeah.
as an afterthought almost.
You know what? I got an offer from today, and I almost wet my pants laughing. So they sent me an email. This company, okay, to try and make it to try this product and make a video, make two videos, two short videos and one long video, okay. New walkie-talkies that can communicate in 8 countries and all different kinds of languages.
That- How would you even make a video on something like that?
No, I said no. I told the guy, no, forget about it. Can you imagine? Who is this? 6'2" and even over and out. What do you want?
You know, they've come a long way. Get away from walkie talkies.
So I just like start laughing about it the whole bit. But yeah, I mean, I where I live right here. Now we got a whole new bunch of people that have moved. Some people passed, and other people just moving in the whole bit.
Yeah.
But the turnover's not as fast anymore. Okay, so the one apartment upstairs next to me just rented from April. Okay, and you could see how people, the lady said she had a stroke and all this stuff like that, and she said, I'm 66, and I had a stroke. Ooh, okay, take care of yourself and everything like that, blah blah blah. And matter of fact, she's moving up over top of Pigeon Lady, So the one who feeds the pigeons. Good luck with that, you know. And she says the tree out in front of my apartment. She says, "Is something wrong with that? Is that tree dead or anything?" I said, "Ma'am, it's been over 100 degrees here for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
105." I said,
Ain't
"That thing
nobody out
is
there watering it.
right." I said, "That thing is cooked." Oh no, I got to make sure. I don't want nothing to happen. So you see people's. My whole point is, you see people's priorities.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all she got to focus on.
Bingo.
Is a tree branch.
Right. And what time, whatever her favorite show comes on, and they ride them chairs. They'll sit there and this and that, or
Yeah.
they'll go up to the pavilion and Grumpus, we got a beautiful swimming pool here, okay? But it's like a cup of tea right now to go into.
Oh, I'll bet.
But even when it's nice, nobody goes in it. Nobody goes near it.
Well,
You know.
I think staying active like you're doing and learning editing and as aggravating as this stuff is, it keeps your mind busy.
Yep.
It makes you. You're still solving problems. You you're just not going mind numb watching TV all day.
Me and Michael Fryer should have a really good, close relationship if he sees how many times I watch his videos.
Oh, I watch his stuff religiously, 2 or 3 times sometimes.
When OBS quit today, I was just like, ugh. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's the man.
So Al, get any more, any new different grills or anything?
Yeah, I got a video coming up, man. I'm having you know how it is when you edit. Sometimes you just you got to put some time in it to get things done. And I've been doing 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there. 20 minutes ain't gonna cut it, you know. I got. I mean, I don't have anything pending other than this company that I got to do a grill for, a video for. I've already shot it. I'm just editing. It's a Santa Maria grill. It's a fun grill. It's just that I don't know. Sometimes you feel it and sometimes you don't. And right now I'm just being lazy.
Right.
Yeah. I'm changing things up a little bit with what I'm doing a whole bit too. Matter of fact, I'm heading towards the GLP-1 side of things. Seems to be a little bit more open.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're going to get a lot of people, interacting with that because it's a hot topic. It's a very hot topic.
Yeah, and the other reason why, Al, is I'm trying to get away from. I'm still keto. I still eat keto. Everything I do is keto. A little bit of carnivore here and there, but I'm fading away from the main players that are involved in it because you know why? They're turning out to be the way vegans are. Okay, pointing a finger. One side's better than the other side, and I said I don't have time for that.
They've turned it into a religion
Bingo.
or almost political.
Right, bingo. So I would rather go the other way and be positive about things because you know what? It's working,
Well, that's why any of my videos, I always say this is how I do it.
Yeah.
I never say this is how you do it. It's what you got to do. I never say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to feed my family. I'm turning on the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Take it for what it's worth.
One guy said,
Because all the armchair experts out there just waiting
Yeah.
to pounce.
yeah. So I'm testing the waters with little different things, and even with the editing and stuff like that, I switched up also because now I'm using Riverside
Yeah.
to do certain things as far as the audio, and then I'm going back to my other editor and
Yeah.
working with that and putting different things in with pictures and stuff like that. So you know what it is? I have nothing better to do during the day. I refuse to sit in a rocking chair and refuse to watch. I don't even know what shows they're on during the day.
There you go.
I refuse to do that, so I keep myself pretty
I-
busy.
I like to edit. To me, that's the most fun is to edit.
And then,
I don't. I like to shoot it and I like to go out there and be outside. I don't like editing.
If I could record somebody else, if I could get somebody else in front of the camera, just let me run the cameras, let me run the edit and post it. That would be perfect world for me.
I tell you what, though, the edit is what's going to get you out there. You know, the editing
Yeah.
is
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
that's people you can be half-assed at shooting stuff, but if you know how to edit, you can make that shit look awesome.
You can make that story go any direction you want it to go.
Exactly.
My wife says to me, she says, you need somebody to film you while you're doing it. And then turned around and walked away from me. What does that mean? So I showed her CJ, okay, Mom and Papa Joe.
Yeah.
I said, he's cooking and she's doing the filming. You see that? I ain't got time for that. Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed CJ's talk that we had when I interviewed him, and also this past Thursday when I had John from Chef's Backyard.
Yeah, Johnny's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, being a one man show, you really have to get pretty creative.
Oh man, definitely. It's tough, man. I mean,
I mean, I try to make it look like I've got 2 or 3 cameras running.
oh yeah, yeah. But sometimes you kind of feel like, you catch yourself holding your camera, and then you're trying to do something one-handed, and you're like, man, what the hell am I doing here? Let me put this on the stand, and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I got more arms. My wife says to me, look at this cutting board. You ruined a cutting board. Okay. I got this big maple chopping block and they drilled a hole in it to fit one of the arms, the spring arms, right? Extenders.
Yeah.
Put the camera on. All right. And then I put that out, did a whole segment, all right, on sauteing and everything. Never turned my mic on. And the light was on, up on the camera the whole bit, but never turned my mic on. And so now now I got a voiceover. So it's them extra steps because I'm trying to, like you said, the one man band with the, moving the cameras and stuff like that around. Just Al, my first couple videos I did, I bought a new camcorder, okay, and I had it on. Matter of fact, I still got the the tripod, small light aluminum one, and I had the camera leaning over, and I was making soup. Okay, camera right in the soup because I didn't lock it on. Okay, hey, you son of a. But I kept going. I mean, just
You didn't buy the extended soup warranty either, did you?
no. I
I'll
wouldn't have
tell
had
you
it.
what, you mentioning soup there, Colin, that's one of the things that I kind of, it's like a comfort food that doesn't get you nauseated when you're on this GLP-1.
Hey, Alton, how you doing tonight? Thanks for
Hey,
jumping up.
cheers, Sultan.
Yeah.
That's another guy that I
There's
had
a link if you're interested.
really cool topics that we talked about that one night when all
Yeah. What'd you say? The soup nauseated you?
No, it doesn't. I'm saying
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very-
Yeah. So what I've been doing with the videos I've been making was I've been making a little bit more. This is what made the carnivore guy go crazy because I said, I was not one for fiber because in the keto world, all right, fiber equates to net carbs. Okay, so they have it figured to where the point where you can eat this bread because it's 0 net carbs, but there's still carbohydrates in it because of the fiber. They said it will actually deplete part of them carbs, which to me is a bunch of bull crap because carbs are carb no matter what. So if you have fiber sometimes didn't work for me when I first started. Anyway, long story short was I've been adding a little bit more fiber in, but now I'm showing portions, how much to eat. That's
Yeah.
why I said to you before about chicken wings. I take one thigh, I get 5 cuts out of it, cut it up, make it look like either the drum or the flat of the wings, and leave the one with the bone on. So for one chicken thigh, filled me right up, done. You know
Well,
what I mean? So
your plating is really top notch.
I had to do that to sell in a restaurant.
Yep.
You know, you had to make sure you were taught that, and it would just eat with your eyes first, then the smell, the aroma, okay, and then taste is the big thing. So, yeah, I mean it's It's not a learning curve. It's something I've been doing, but the portion size is what it really is all about. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I use a lot of, I mean, I take a lot of fiber, and I'll tell you what, for people that have been eating as fatty as I have been eating, they've had heart attacks and I haven't. You know,
That was my whole premise to everybody.
you know,
Okay.
I've been taking fiber for quite some time, and I probably should have had a heart attack already because I like to eat fatty foods.
Well, I said on one of my podcasts, I said that if I was still to be eating the standard American diet, okay, which they label as SAD, standard American diet, right? I'd be dead. I would be long gone. You know, and the way I drank and stuff like that also. Nothing against drinking. I mean, I can every once in a while I'll have a nice scotch or a nice cold. You know what I like?
Yeah.
Here's what
I'm having a rough time staying low fat. I mean,
oh, you can't.
even since the quadruple bypass.
Yeah, and see,
I mean, it's I don't know.
on my channel, what I promote was, and I was called crazy. Okay, you want fat. You want that fat. You want
Oh,
butter. You want.
that's bad.
I mean, you know, nothing like having a nice fatty cut of meat and stuff like that. But there's some people that can't tolerate it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I mean,
Like Alton was saying, to each their own, right? But sometimes I feel more satisfied or more full when something has fat in it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Al, starting to what we're doing right now, I'm pretty comfortable with it. I have no stomach issues like they all say. You know what I mean? I
I
I
don't.
eat I
I
eat
don't.
maybe once or twice a day, and I'm full. I don't have to worry about it anymore. The difference is that people get caught up in the bull crap, what they hear. They watch too much stuff because they want. I was railing against GLP-1s when people were just doing it for the vanity part about it, okay, just to lose weight, okay. But it was originally made for type 2 diabetes. That's what it was originally made for. And then they discovered that by slowing down the system, hey, guess what? You can start losing weight, and then it took off. You know what I mean? Same thing. I was mad about a couple keto guys that were doing. They're big. Okay, they have big channels that they were doing stuff with their CGMs, but they weren't type 2 diabetics. They were just doing. That's when there was a shortage for these things. Everybody couldn't get them, but these guys were paying top dollar for it, or they were being sent to them to see what happens if I eat a tiramisu. How much my sugar is going to go up? I'll tell you, I'll show you how fast it's going to go up, you rat bastard. You know what I mean? So the stigma that goes in with it. But somebody who's suffering from type 2 diabetes or overweight, right? No judgment, man. You can't judge them. You know, this was a sent because it works. It really does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's going to be a little bit different, you know, as far as what spikes, what spikes your sugar levels, and also what works for you as far as GLP-1s, and there you go.
See my spike level?
You're
Nothing.
even there. You're even.
Nothing. And that's been right now for the past 14 days. I'm 100% in range, and my A1C. Well, on here it's called a glucose monitoring indicator. Okay, that went from 11 and today it's 6.2. I don't go for another month or so like that. So, like I said, it's working. It really is. But that night you were on talking about it, I'm going like this. I can't say nothing. I wanted to tell him I'm doing it.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I've been on it for almost 3 months. It's been working good. Before I got on it, I had lost about 15 pounds on my own. And on it, I lost almost an additional 15 pounds.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, so
See, and that's what was puzzling to my doctor. Okay, my weight didn't fluctuate. My weight stayed the same. I didn't gain any weight and I didn't lose any weight. And he's saying to me, Tom, that's a problem because your sugar is way too high. He says, so something's going on with that. So that's when we started doing it. So since I've been on it, I think I lost maybe and doing keto from the time I started, I'm down 72 pounds from starting that. Okay, now with this here, I think I'm down 15 pounds, and I think
So Alton saying the beauty of the G7 for sure. I got my A1C from 7.4 to 5.4.
yeah,
That's been way over 5 years now. Wow. So
yeah.
the Dexcom G7, I'm on that, but right now my friend gave me some freebies on the Libre, so I'm going to use the Libre for right now. But
Hmm.
I usually use the G7, the Dexcom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nice to know, you know.
Yeah.
It really is. Grumpus, how you been feeling, man?
I've been feeling pretty good. I'm I don't know, the last couple of months I haven't had a lot of energy and I'm not quite sure why. I think it's just I don't know what it is. I think most of it's mental. A lot
Sometimes
of
it is, but
little bit of stress at work and
yeah, that could be it too. Like
And the heat.
well the heat would drag you down pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stuff I want to get done and I haven't been able to do it mainly because of the weather. And I was telling Vicky the other day, I said, it might be just a little touch of depression hitting me a little bit because, all week long, I'm thinking Saturday, I need to get this done, this done, this done, this done, all geared up and ready to go. And then it'll rain.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, shoot, and probably a little bit of, oh, woe is me is in there.
Yeah.
and if you have that in the back of your mind, it's always in the back of your mind.
And
I didn't get this done. I didn't get this done.
Stress.
I got to tell you, ever since I had my little episode, it seems like, it seems like the clock's ticking now.
Oh yeah. That's
Do you feel it, Tom? I mean, I can feel I'm prioritizing things I want to get done based on what ain't going to get done if I'm not here,
yeah. And
and it feels like a lot of pressure.
I mean, who was it that just passed 71, my age? And I'm saying, wait a minute. Let's see, I have my chemo.
Wow, Alton. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, wow.
You, I mean, I'm sure he can relate, but I'll skip a few days in between centers. I'll do like 1 or 2 or 3 days without it because I already know my routine of what to stay away from and what to when I can get away with a little bit more food or whatnot. But it definitely lets you know where you need to be or what you need to do, get up and counter that sugar spike or what.
Yeah. And they had me on that long-lasting insulin, and that started out at 16 units, and then he upped it to 20. Okay, and that, I mean, that's minimal basically, but it was the progression of it coming down, slowly coming down, and I'm that type of guy that it's not down all the way. Why? What happened? Why can't I have it come down all the way and this and that like that? Slow and steady, slow and steady. So when I went back to the doctor, and he's saying, well, he says your insulin dropped because he looked at the CGM and he took my monitor and he's going through. Wow, he said it really dropped down quite a bit. He says, but now here's what I want to say to you. I hope you go along with me on this. He says, I think maybe we need to talk about going on Manjaro. I sat back and I said, he says, your chart said that you were going to give me a hard time. Your chart said that, but I want you to hear me out. And what he did, Al, was he explained to me about the GIP also that's in it, in the GLP-1 and the GIP. And he says, I think that's what you need to get it working down. And I tell you what, 2 weeks after that, between the two of them, all right, I was down to let's put it this way, with the insulin got me down just below 250. And when the first week with the Monjaro got me from 240s, okay, down to between 190 and 200, back and forth like that. And then after that, it dropped it back down again. So it works. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And feel a little bit more energetic because I'm not worrying about, all I have to do is if stub my toe or something, all I have to do is just look at this. And
Yeah.
there it is. It's working. So
It's kind of a revelation when you're on course with something like that. You start feeling better, and you're like, so this is how it feels to be normal.
yeah, I said, wow. Maurice says to me, because when you first start doing keto, you get into what they call the keto flu. Okay, so you cross that barrier from burning the glucose, and then you get into ketones. Okay, and I was like, whoa, like for a week, I was like, what the frig is this? But then once I got there, boom, the clarity was like, whoa, this is good. This is real good. It's almost like the third scotch that you're having. That feeling, yeah.
Well, I've told people, Tom knows I hadn't been feeling good for a long time, and I've told people, I says I didn't realize how bad I felt until I got to feeling better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go. There you
I'm
go.
thinking, why did I drag this out? Why did I do this to myself? But yeah, I feel a whole lot better, and I can't believe I put myself through all that.
I tell you what, this is an inside joke with me and my wife, but whenever I'm going to the grocery store or whatnot, or wherever I'm going to the store or whatever, and I see somebody maybe limping or kind of looks like they're hurting, I said, damn, I feel the way he looks, And then, you know,
Well, with the high A1C, and like I said, my weight wasn't going up and down. You're thinking you're doing the right thing. Okay? Can't be a know-it-all because I don't have the sheepskin that the doctor has hanging up there. But I know food. I've been dealing with food most of my adult life. And I'm saying, man, I got no carbs and no sugar. What is going on? All right? Well, he says, it's not what you're eating. It's the way your body's reacting.
Yes.
So I said, are you about ready to tell me that I'm old? He says, well, it speaks for itself, sort of, like that type of thing. But that's it. You gotta accept that. You know what I mean? I mean, some people, the diet. One guy asked me, what kind of dye do you use in your hair? I said, olive oil, butter. That's what I use. No dye. I don't have time for dyeing. But that's your diet and your diet. It just really is. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Just I think this Thursday when I did the live stream, I did a little moment of silence for a friend that's a musician that passed away just recently. And when I was at his viewing, I was sitting down and a couple of people were there, and they're like, "Hey, Al Lunacy, Al Lunacy," and I sat down with them, and they're like, "Hey, I'm glad you made it." I said, "No, I'm glad to be here," and this and that. And then they're like, "Hey, you need some of this?" And they were loaded. They had a little flask,
Uh huh.
and I started thinking to myself, "Shit, why ain't I drinking? Why didn't I bring one of those? Because there's a lot of time behind me, more time behind me than in front of me, and I'm like, man, these are the kind of moments where you're like, kind of like, I should be doing the same, like, you know, enjoying myself like the way these guys are. But I don't know. It's just something that you start. We care so much about our health sometimes that sometimes I don't know.
overthink things.
Yeah,
Make
and
it complicated.
yeah, make things complicated, and And these people don't care about that. They're just living by the moment. You understand?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to live by the moment and take that shot of that
Well,
flask.
sometimes something happens in our lives. We get a good slap in the face to make us realize there's no guarantee of tomorrow.
Mm.
When
You
I
know,
was
Tell you what,
you go your whole life planning on your future, and you don't even know if you're going to get there or not.
exactly. You know, I went up and I saw him and I said, man, I mean, it's not something you want to say about a friend, but he looked terrible, man. You know, they do
Yeah,
all the makeup and stuff, and we're like, I think we all sometimes say that when we see people in a casket, right? And then I'm like, man, am I going to look like this when I'm in here? You know, like, shit.
I mean, people walk up and look at the casket. Oh, they look so good, and I'm thinking they're dead. What do you mean they look good?
get the hell out of here.
There are some people that do look good in a casket. They look peaceful, you know what I mean? But this guy didn't. This guy didn't.
That's like the joke. Woman goes in, she brought her husband the blue suit. Okay, this is what I want my husband buried. This is his favorite suit. He wants to be buried in this, the whole bit. And Undertaker says, "All right, no problem." So the night of the viewing, they go in, and there was another body in the other room, and she walks in, and her husband has out on a tan suit. She says, "Oh my God, what did you do? With the blue suit, I got to bring." Oh, he said, "Yeah, we forgot." All right, hold on. You can step outside again. All right, yeah, close the door. And about 10 minutes later, brought him back in. There's the guy with the blue suit on. She says, "Oh my God, how did you do that so fast?" He says, "We switched heads." You don't give a damn, right? Alton, I hope you're doing all right, buddy.
No, no, I'm good. I'm good. But you know, this past few months, and now that I guess I pay more attention now that I'm retired. Those kind of things kind of take a little bit from your inside and make you think.
Yeah.
Are you struggling with boredom?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Every day, there's something for me to do, and my wife's been a good sport. She's been going along with what any ideas I have, and oh my God, man! Actually, I give myself more things to do now than, of course, when I was working, and so I love it, man. I have not gotten bored yet.
That's good.
And my sister just recently retired too, and she's been traveling the world, and we talk, and she tells me all about her adventures, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I think that's what life should be really about. Just forgetting about what day it is, and
Every day Saturday.
every day's a Saturday, and not telling yourself when I get more time, I'm going to do this. No, the time's now. Now.
I make no plans.
I had I had an old boss that always was talking retirement. Just you're going to do this, you're going to do that. As soon as he retires, and as the years went by, he finally retired. And the last time I saw him, he was going fishing, play golf, all this stuff like that. And I asked him how he was doing. He said, "Well, he hadn't been fishing, hadn't played much golf in a while." And he said, "The problem is when you retire and all the plans you had, the people you had plans to do that with haven't retired yet."
Well, you don't wait for them. You go do it
So,
yourself. You
and the
know.
last I heard, he was, I mean, he was working harder than he ever did when I knew him.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'd never made plans with anybody. I'm doing my own plans, so it's been very, very good. Really cool.
I mean, the appeal of doing YouTube full time and that kind of stuff, I feel that, but at the same time, I really can't justify it to
Yeah.
just cut off a paycheck because it's time. Because
Well, for me,
it's not time because
for me, it'd be the same paycheck if I was retired or not. So I'm getting paid the same amount uh, whether I was working or not. So
so then if you was working, then you'd be double paid.
No, because I wouldn't collect my retirement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm drawing Social Security. Me and the wife both draw Social Security,
Yeah.
and we
Excellent.
both work full-time jobs. So, if anything, this is the best part of our that we've ever lived.
Yeah. See, and what I did was I retired early. Okay, got out of the business, moved down to North Carolina because I bought 17 acres worth of property there, and we were going to grow herbs and stuff because I still had a lot of friends in the restaurant business, and do this special thing like that. And then I get hammered with bladder cancer
Yeah.
to the point was I was just retired. I mean, had some other issues. In other words, stress-related issues and stuff with selling a house and all that kind of stuff. But I moved down to North Carolina and then wound up going to the doctor, so it was passing blood. And then when I get to the doctor, I started doing treatments. Okay, each treatment was 6 weeks long.
Mm.
So I'm up to my fourth or fifth, possibly. I can't remember either starting the fifth or the sixth. And they come in and they tested me for blood sugar because I didn't have type 2 diabetes prior to that. Only when they started doing the treatments. And it was a 2-hour trip from the doctor's office to my house, and you couldn't urinate. Okay. And the way they tested you and looked in your bladder was
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
from there. Okay. And then they discovered that I had type 2 diabetes. They said, Mr. Garvey, your blood sugar's 280. What are you talking about? I never heard anything talking about that. But the long and short of it was because of the treatment, the chemo and also this BCG treatment, fooled my liver, and next thing you know, my high blood glucose. But the kicker was, here I was, old farmhouse, had 17 acres. I bought a tractor. I had everything lined up, what I was going to do. And the doctor told me to go home and get your affairs in order because these tumors keep coming.
That'll wake you up, won't it?
Yeah. 3 years later, I had 18 tumors taken out of me. Okay. And the long and short of it was, not only did I have bladder cancer, but now also had type 2 diabetes.
Mm.
Okay. So, you're talking stroke and stuff like that if it's not
Yeah.
controlled. So getting kicked in the ass like that, I cherish every day that I have right now.
Yep. Yep. I'm with you.
No matter what I do, how I do it, I can walk up and get the mail in 110 degrees and say to my wife, beautiful day.
Yep.
She says, yeah, what are you smoking? She says, I think you're nuts. It's hot as hell outside. But that's,
Well, the dog father here, he's on track, man.
yeah.
Debt free. They should change that to freedom.
Yeah. Parole.
It ain't nothing worse. I try to tell nieces and nephews stuff. I said nothing worse than paying a credit card bill and you don't remember what meal it was that you're paying for.
Well, Grumpus, you know my story with that whole thing. On
Oh,
top
yeah.
of that, before I was diagnosed with it, I went to close it. My house was on the market for 2 years. I'm living in North Carolina, and I finally get a call that guess what? The house is sold. We got a buyer. Blah blah blah. Set it up. Go back up north to go to closing. It was Labor Day weekend, so we closed on a Thursday. Everything was closed on Friday. Naturally on Monday, so the long weekend, I'm back down in North Carolina with a cell phone that I couldn't get a good signal at. I was so far out in the boonies, all right? I had to get in a truck and drive almost 15, 20 miles to get a signal. To have my attorney tell me that the money didn't fund from the bank. What are you talking about? No, the bank went belly up. The guy who wrote him the mortgage, or got him the mortgage, went belly up.
Mm.
I lost close to $270,000,
Ouch. My
just
goodness.
like that. So then, losing that, and then being told you have bladder cancer, okay, and go home and get your affairs in order. All right. So now every day I say, bring it.
That was a bad month, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Bad summer.
bad year, 2008. Yeah, 2008. And I've been fighting the battle now. But you know what? I don't give up. I don't quit. Never did. Never will. All right. And if I feel I'm doing wrong, I'll step out of the circle, like what I say, and look at what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just, I
and
just look at, I look at stuff through a different pair of eyes now.
yeah, yeah. And what happened with Grumpus? Okay, he called me. I was like mortified. What are you talking about?
I didn't know if I was ever going to talk to you again.
That's it, and that's see, that's the wake up call for everybody else around you. Whoa, what in the hell is there? So, I got my hats off to you, Al. You're kicking it, brother.
Oh, thank you. No, no. To share a little bit about what you were saying about your life, uh, I remember when I got diagnosed with diabetes, and I would wake up every day and I would tell myself, I don't want to feel like this, but I didn't know I was diabetic yet. So this might sound stupid, but I would wake up and I would kind of like, I guess we all do this in a way. We get up and we say, all right, today's going to be different. I can kick this in the ass. And
Yep.
and maybe this was just my way of doing it, but I would just say, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I would try to rally up myself, like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to see what's up and this and that. And so I get to the doctor and the doctor says, okay, we're gonna draw blood and this and that. And so he comes back and he says, you're in trouble. He says, your sugar's at 695. You should be in a diabetic coma right now. 695. And
That's insane.
yeah, I said, whoa. And so they gave me, I don't know what it was. I want to say it was metformin. I don't know what it was.
Probably.
Uh, uh, and they said, if it doesn't go down, we're gonna, we're gonna take you to the hospital. So I had to wait there for a while, and it did start coming down, and I started feeling normal again. And that was the revelation that I had. This is how it feels to be normal again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but by that time, my eyes were getting cloudy. My sight was getting real cloudy, and this and that. And I was still doing everyday life,
Yeah.
going to work. I was taking trips. I needed to go up to do stuff in San Antonio, and I'd come. And I was driving like that, man, not knowing that I was in really bad shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Al, Al, I started feeling bad on a Sunday night about 7 o'clock,
And bring it
and
back.
I was still feeling bad Monday morning when I woke up, showered, got myself dressed, drove to work, and by noon I called the wife. I said, you know what? I said, this I can usually make this go away, but it's not going away. I think there's something going on here. She said, I'm on my way. I'm going to pick you up, take you to the hospital. I drove myself home having a
Oh,
heart attack
oh
because I
my,
didn't want to leave my car in the parking lot.
oh my God.
And she's, everybody said, I can't believe you drove yourself home. I said, yeah, I was in the right lane. In case I started feeling dizzy, I could pull off the road.
Oh my God.
But I mean, it happened so fast. I checked. I mean, she rushed me to the hospital that afternoon, and the next day they were going to see if they could put a stent in. Well, they ended up putting a pacemaker in me to keep me alive one more day, so they could do a quadruple bypass.
Wow.
I had a 95% blockage, a 75% blockage, and two of them were completely blocked. They come out and told the wife, said, man, he should have been dead a long time ago.
Wow.
So different people asked me, said, well, weren't you scared? And I said, I didn't have time to be scared. It happened so fast.
Right.
The scariest part was writing down account numbers and passwords and handing them to my wife in case I didn't pull out of this. I said, that was the scary part.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible.
But,
Part of that,
I feel great now.
yeah, part of that, I think you got to give kudos to yourself where it's that your own drive saying, okay, today's going to be a better day, and it gets you by another day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just part of you trying to kick it in the ass, but you're really not kicking it in the ass, but you know, part of it is just your self drive trying to get you through that day.
Yep. Yep. Well, I'd been fighting little episodes for 6, 7 years. The doctor said, well, all of those was your heart telling you you need to get in here. But I could generally sit in a chair, relax, take a couple deep breaths, and I could make it go away. I could make it subside, and then I get up and just do it some more. That's why I called her. I said, it's this ain't going away today.
You know, but not all, not everybody has that. I don't know what to call it. I don't know to say intuition or
Bullheadedness.
yeah. Some people are real stubborn. They say no, no, no. It's
I
okay.
didn't want to go to the doctor. That's where the sick people are.
Yeah, no, no, no. But there's people that live like that day by day, and they can have an episode, and they still don't want to fucking go to the doctor.
That's what I was doing. You're talking about me.
Yeah, and see, the whole thing is, I went through that whole routine prior, but no diabetes. All right, they were clobbering me about cholesterol and all this bull crap, And I'm saying, well, wait a minute, you put me on all these pills and stuff. It doesn't work. It's not working for me. So that's and then now we're back. Then you go see another doctor. You go through that same routine all over again. When I when I was in Florida and they turned around and did my blood work, my doctor just stared at me.
Hmm.
I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "Your triglycerides is 1,690." I said, "Woo, I win." You know. She said, "You're the talk of the town at the cocktail parties for all the surgeons." Okay. But I mean, they put me on medications, the side effects and everything. I got it down once I started doing keto and started eating right and stuff. I got it down. Okay. That's basically what it was. It was the fat in your blood.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Eating all the carbs and the sugar, fat was going nowhere, but boom, back in my blood and the air and there. So yeah, I mean but you got to really work your way through that. And it's sad to say that when we hit our age, Grumpus, okay, oh, yeah. It cracks me up when people say, "Oh, well, I wish I would have done that." Don't even go there with me because I got like a set of
Me too.
I got a set of
You know,
encyclopedias.
I've not only tried to keep all of my doctors in the same circle. Well, I'm with Kelsey Siebold,
Hmm.
so I'm trying to keep all of my doctors through Kelsey, and not only that, I'm trying to keep them all in the same building because they all look at the same charts. They don't have to. I got to go see one Tuesday. Now she's not going to have to ask me what medications you on, what are you this, what are you that. All she's going to do is call up my chart. She sees all the doctors that are treating me in that same building,
Yeah.
and it makes it easier for me
Yeah.
because the whole story is right there in front of them. I don't have to remember all the details.
I turn around well, I showed you before the printout that
Yeah,
about
yeah.
these different things and going back and forth. And I guess I can say the old Tommy or the younger Tommy, I would have been yelling, screaming at the top of my lungs, you know what I mean, about getting the insulin. So far, the numbers don't lie. So far, my numbers are good. I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about the insulin right now. I'm good. You know what I mean? And just trying to turn over a new leaf because the stress is what irks you. You know what I mean?
It drags you down,
Yeah.
wears you out.
So, and that's why when even doing, I did a whole like a blooper thing on one of the videos I made, and Marie says, "You can't put that up. They'll throw you off.
Put it on a membership, make them pay for it.
Yeah, they'll throw you the hell off of YouTube." But I mean, life's too short, and
Now,
you really stop and think about it. It is.
now I'm going to the doctor like I'm supposed to, and they're finding everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Al, I'd went all my adult life without a doctor.
Well,
I didn't get a primary doctor until a month before my heart attack.
That's what did it.
I lucked out on the timing
right.
because everybody would always ask, who's your primary care? And I said, I don't have one. And thank God I got that process started before this hit.
Wow.
Right, I'd just been up the creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just try to get medication or something, or get off of medication. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to this one. So they had me on blood pressure pills. I think since the day after I was born. That's how long it seems like I've been on them. Okay. So I go see him in January. I'm sorry, in February, and he says, "Tom," he says, "I'm a little concerned your blood pressure." I said, "Come on, that's just like testing your blood sugar." All right. I said, "It's a number. Snap shopping time. Okay. Blood pressure. Take it 10 minutes later. It's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Do the other
Yeah.
arm, different number the whole bit." He says, "Just appease me, William." Okay. So this I was on this one blood pressure pill. So it went from 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams. And this is what started the whole thing with me right now. So I take the blood pressure pills, the higher dose, and within 2 days of within 2 days, my legs started blowing up. I look like I can hold up a Spinitzer piano, for crying out. That's how big they got. All right. So now on top of that, I was taking metformin, but I was trying to wean myself off of it because it wasn't doing anything for me. It never did. Okay. But just to appease them, because if you don't become a pighead, they'll look the other way with you. In my eyes, that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
They don't go by that, do no harm anymore. In fact, I didn't even say that. So I call them up and I said, "Hey, Wim, listen," I said, "I need to talk to the doctor now. My legs are blown up. I can't walk." All right. I said, I'm going to take the blood pressure pill. I'm going to cut them in half. Matter of fact, I said, once I do that, I'm going to talk to him about getting off them. My blood pressure is normal. I mean, not the way they want it, but as far as for my age. Anyway, long story short, 2 days after I cut them in half, they start going down, back to normal again. But now I'm starting to itch. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So the metformin depletes your B12. All right. And it may cause psoriasis. My fingernails were all ridgy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Anyway, I started taking the B12. He stops me with, with taking the metformin. So going back and forth with him, I said, "What else are we going to work with here?" So he says, "Well, here's what I'm going to do." He's, "I'm going to put you on this other. It's one of the better ones. Being that your blood pressure is not really high, I'm going to put you on this other medication for that. But I'm going to give you 30-day supply. See if you have any reactions for it, and see if it works, and then we'll take it from there." Sounds great. Thank you. The whole bit. Well, 30 days go by, and I had like 3 pills left. Now you can go on my chart, what it is, and talk to them, leave a note. They call me and says, "Okay, the doctor put the prescription through. Your pharmacy will call you when it's ready." Blah blah blah. "Thank you so much." Real nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I call up 2 days later. I'm at a blood pressure medication. No, it's an insurance issue. Something's wrong with the insurance. What are you talking about? They approved it when I first got it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The pharmacy never took the other blood pressure medication that I was on, that got me off to get the new one. They never took it off my chart. So therefore, they didn't want me taking two kinds of blood pressure pills. Almost a week to get it straightened out with the insurance company. So I just don't get it. I just don't understand, So finally we got that squared away, and now then bang, the insulin hit. I said, "I'm done. Scotch, I think, is going to be the next answer." IV it. I don't know. But well, all we can do is stay green side up.
That's all we can do.
I don't know.
I mean, I tell people all the time, they say, "Good to see you." I say, "It's good to be seen."
That's right.
I'm glad you got to see me.
Get something in the mail. My wife says to me, "What are you so happy about?" I said, "It's a bill." She said, "Come on." I said, "At least you're not paying. I have to pay it. I'm still going." And there again, nothing wrong with my wife. Nothing. Okay? She don't take a pill. She fights me about taking multiple vitamins.
I
Why do I
haven't
gotta-
taken I haven't taken pills my whole life, Tom. Very, I might take an aspirin once in a while, but I never took pills. And now I'm taking six tablets a day, twice a day.
No, she's fine. But I tell you, she's in my corner the whole bit. I did a video a while back, maybe a year ago. It was 4th of July, and it was a collaboration. Right? So I got these hot dogs back from Jersey, these real Frankfurters, real good snappy ones. You bite them, you hear them crack. You put them on the grill and they rip open. We call them rippers back in the day. So I made that for this collaboration. So I played it, put the hot dog in a roll, and I put the hot onions on it. And I said, okay, now I'm going to try it. And I took it up to my mouth, okay? And I had to edit out because I took the hot dog and I went like this behind my back, and my wife took a bite of it. I went, this is good. Because I didn't want the bread, you know what I mean? So we'll go out to eat and we'll, go to an Italian restaurant or something like that, and they'll say, "Sir, would you like some pasta?" No, I said, I'm type 2 diabetic. You can't have it. Oh, sure you don't want a little bit? What did I just get done saying? And my wife says, "I'll have his."
The magic of editing.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. What you got coming up this week, Al?
Nothing much, man. Just like I said, I got to finish up that edit, and then I'm free, man. I don't know what to come up with. But, sometimes you kind of come up with good stuff when you don't know what to do, So I'll see what comes up.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, one of my better videos I didn't even plan. I was doing I was going to do a review on a fire grate, a fire basket, and in the middle of the review, I remembered. I mean, while I was filming, I remembered, hey, I got some rib tips out in the freezer. Let me throw them in the sink real quick. And on the video, I said, well, since we got a fire going, let's get something cooking. That was one of my better videos on some rib tips that I just, in the spirit of the moment, I just threw them on there, did a quick cook on it, and I'm thinking, man, all these I've agonized over didn't go anywhere, and the stuff you just throwed up there, didn't even know if I was going to leave it in the video or not, just took off.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
And
Right.
you know what the funny part about it is, you go back and look at some of your old videos. People don't do that. On your channel, you don't go back and check. I know I didn't, okay? So I went
They're
back
going to watch any of mine. They're going to watch old ones.
Yeah, I should have thought of that. Go back and look at one. I have one where I made soup. It was a short, 163,000 views.
Yeah.
What the frig is this? But you know what? One of my better ones, Grumpus, when I left a piece of my finger on a chopping block.
Oh, I watched that one 4 or 5 times. I thought, I'm going to watch this dude don't have a hand left.
Unbelievable. That was you stupid ass. You could see that. You could see the piece of my finger.
Oh, yeah. It was laying right there.
Fly up, boom, hit right on the chopping board. Somebody said to me, "Are you scared of knives now after something like that happened?" I said, I said, everybody thinks I'm what do you call it? Everybody thinks I'm what do you call it? Fancy. Okay,
Yeah.
when I drink, because my pinky sticks out. I chop that sucker right in half, right over here.
I don't think I've got a knuckle, don't have a knife scar on it.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But I enjoyed it. I never, like you said all the time, Grumpus say, the camaraderie and say hello to people and stuff. I enjoy watching new guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that because you know what? They get so serious about it, and next thing you know, bang, they fall into that place with it. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect at all. I mean, like I said, sometimes a couple videos I said my wife, I can't put these up. They look like crap. You can't do it.
If I watch a couple of videos from somebody I'm not used to watching, if once I'm 2 videos in, I almost always go back and watch their early stuff.
Hmm.
I want to see where they came from, what they're doing, that kind of get a little backstory on them. But I tell everybody, leave that old stuff in there, man. You got to have you want to see how far you've come.
There's this one guy. I watch him, and what happened was he sent me something to do a collaboration, and I don't know how many, but he was new. And damn right, I'm going to do a collaboration with you because you know what? Yeah, let's do it. All right. I didn't know him. He watched a couple of my videos from
Yeah.
boat channels and stuff like that. But the name of his YouTube channel was Coop de Grill, like a
I
cat.
like that.
I thought that was fantastic.
I like that.
And we got talking to him back and forth, him and his wife, and they do these different stuff, and they babble back and forth and everything like that. It's entertaining, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of great newer people that I watch, and then I go back and watch some of the older stuff. But to give the new people a boost or something like that, or share them out. One
Well,
guy
I mean, hey, we started out brand new, and we'd paid anybody to watch our stuff.
Yeah. Oh God Almighty!
I think
not-
I did. I don't know how many pins I passed out.
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting a goodie box from Grumpus, you know it's good stuff. But Al, even with Al's channel, okay, you took off, man. You really took off because, and this is just my evaluation anyway. You keep people going. You keep like, well, what's he going to do now? You're going to do this. You explain things, and everything that you do on the channel, no matter what it is, you keep it.
I got a simpler explanation. Al took off because he put in the work.
Bingo. Yeah. Yeah.
Same way with Tom. Tom's putting in the work, and he's starting to see some results from it.
Yeah, I like Al, when you change things up, when you were building your back and fixing that up and stuff like that. That stuff is intriguing to me.
Oh
Because
yeah.
yeah. I worked for 2 days on this back wall, and it went right back to where it looked like before. I mean, I had stuff hanging and stuff like that. I told my wife, I said, it looks like the entrance to the chicken ranch out here in Laughlin. But it's a growing thing. But you meet people and you talk to people and like stuff like this. This is really good. You know what I mean?
Well, the meeting the people and making friends and stuff that caught me totally off guard.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that aspect of any of it when I started the channel,
Yeah.
and that's been the most rewarding part to me.
You know, mentioning that there, Grumpus, and every once in a while when my wife does chime in at what I'm doing or whatnot, and if I'm on a live or whatnot, and they'll say, "Oh, where's Tom from?" or "Where's Grumpus from?" and "Well, Grumpus is from Houston, and Tom is from Las Vegas, and so and so's from this part of the United States," and and she's like, "Wow, you guys all know each other?"
We just had a guy on. We just had a guy on from Chile.
Right. So that's the beauty of it, man. The unity, despite the distance, it's a beautiful thing.
I never even thought about making friends or anything like that.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, Dogfather Alton. I've got to meet him several times. Just everywhere. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I never
expected it.
Yeah, it never came to my mind. I mean, I'd never give up cooking. Even I'm commanded a business, which was a grueling, 7 nights a week, standing there, 300 to 400 degrees. Okay, you get the air blowing on you, and it just these tickets just keep coming in, don't stop. Okay.
Even Marcel, if I'd approached her and said hello at Walmart, she wouldn't give me the time of day. But once I was a YouTube star, she knows me now.
Yeah. I just like to watch everybody else's concepts about doing stuff. There's no written laws of how to do things.
Well,
Everybody has their own style.
Yeah.
it's a mutual problem we're all trying to fix in a different way.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I have some days where the shit just don't go right. I'm sorry. I mean, it just, I told my wife, I said, I'm trying to saute this here. Got the camera up on the thing. This ain't turned on. That ain't. Smoke alarm went off. Got fans going. And then with the final product goes, "Hi, how you doing? I'm Tom the Keto."
I think, see, you need to give Maria a camera, and that she can film Tom doing a video. Now that would be an interesting watch
Marie would be like
behind the
squirrel.
scenes.
Marie would be like squirrel, looking away. Now she's doing well with hers, with her channel, and every once in a while, I think she's coming up with another one, with all the people we know. She put
Okay.
in that one story, and she'll put it into there right now. And she's got her own little following and stuff. You know what I mean? People from overseas, and yeah, it's pretty cool. How many? Well, I'm good friends with another chef who lives in the UK, and he worked here in the States. Matter of fact, on vacation I would go to the place where he worked. Actually, didn't know him,
Yeah.
But that camaraderie that comes together, you know what I'm saying? And then, like Charlie,
I had a friend that he had a channel. He was just south of London, I believe, and he ended up going vegan. He sold his smoker. He took down all of his meat videos. But I mean, and what is Radio Jonesy? He's in New Zealand, right?
no, he's in Tasmania.
Tasmania.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He's in Tasmania. I got another guy, John, who's in New Zealand. Patrick. Hey, I heard Patrick had some health issues. Not too long ago. Yeah. I gotta reach out to him.
Yeah.
But the whole story is that different people that you meet and you talk to, and you can actually confide in them. Al, what kind of chips do you use? What kind of wood do you use? That kind of stuff. That's all pertinent to other people, where you feel that you know them, and that they're going to help you out with whatever you want to do.
In the I've been at this 7, maybe 8 years. I'd have to check. Anybody that I've ever asked for help has been more than giving of information. Nobody, they don't. Oh no, that's a secret. I can't tell you that. Or everybody's trying to help everybody succeed.
Yeah.
And
Uncle Steve.
it's just crazy. I mean, to think about it. All the stuff going on in the world, and we stumbled across a group of people that's all holding each other up. I mean, wow.
Yeah. Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve, man, he's a hero.
Yeah, he come up on the one. I guess I don't know who I was up with, and he come up and assured me, no sugars, and I would never do that to you, blah blah. And he sent me out a full packet of all the stuff that he made that had no sugars in it or whatever like that.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. Not at all.
No, he's a huge supporter of all of us.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing. It keeps me busy, or else I'd be drinking and gambling like a fool. You see right here, right?
I see that. I saw that earlier.
Yeah. And there again, another woman that actually gave me that, and up on top there was the pictures of old Las Vegas and stuff. We became friends on YouTube, and guess where she lives? In this building on the other side.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. The road to good cooking. She calls me Brother T.
Charlotte does a live through the week, and one of her friends, Mona, is in my subdivision.
Small world. Everybody says.
I'm sure she knows where I live. Because of my license plate on my car. But I don't think we're maybe just a few blocks apart from the way she talks.
Everybody says, well, it's a small world. I always say, wouldn't want to paint it.
No.
I don't know.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark.
Sounds good to me.
Been good having y'all up. Good talking to you, Tom. Good talking
Yeah.
to you, Al. You know,
Yes.
we're here every Saturday night. You want to join us?
Pop
Pretty
on
laid
up.
back. So you got any cooks coming up, Al?
No, I don't. Just that one video that I got, that Santa Maria grill that I'm going to do a review for, and it's kind of how would I say, the company doesn't have anybody promoting them, so they're putting all their chips in one guy. And I don't know if I'm that guy who want to.
You do well with that stuff, though. You do well with promoting things.
Yep. You do a
So-
good job.
So I appreciate that, but I just don't know if I want to carry that weight. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it. Do it on a Saturday. Tom, what you got going on this week?
Well, I got this tomorrow, actually, 3 a.m. my time. The Sunday Dinner Chef. I redid a video about a Cuban mojo pork, roast pork.
Okay.
Marinated mojo. I got that. And Tuesday, I got another podcast coming up talking about my GLP-1. And Thursday, I got another video on Tom Garver, the Keto Cook. And then Sundays, actually tomorrow also, I'm doing put together like about different meats and stuff. So I'm starting out. I did already one with beef and stuff. Now I'm going into the pork end of it.
Okay.
Different
Okay.
cuts and stuff like that. But that's more or less to be like a show. Okay. YouTube offered me to go on and start just doing the show stuff. So,
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Well, it'll be something new to try.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Boy,
fellas, I appreciate you being up. We still got 8 people watching. So everybody in the chat, I appreciate you taking your time out, spending it with us. You could have done anything, but you was here with us. That's great. So we're
Yeah.
going to pull the plug on it, Al. Hopefully see you next week. Tom,
Yep.
good talking to you.
Yep.
Everybody in
Al,
the chat, we're
Al,
out of here.
take care.
You guys been